Good morning. Today's lesson would be an application lesson on converting mixed numbers to improper fractions. I would explain to the students, I would ask them what do you think converting means, and I would explain if they never got the answer that it means to change. The entire unit would be on fractions, and you would see fractions in reading, in science, and other classes. First, real quick, what is a fraction? We have a numerator on top, denominator on bottom, and I would have them try and link that knowledge or connect it to Notre Dame. Monday, they learned about mixed numbers, so we would go over what that is. And I would show them again, nice big example. Then I would again ask them to think back to our lesson of yesterday about improper fractions and, how the numerator, and get them to talk about how the numerator is bigger than the denominator. I would have these 3 rules, and they would be posted throughout the classroom on a big poster, and each student would have a copy of this paper in their math folder. If they lost a copy, they would go to the folder where I keep all the extra copies of things that I've handed out to students, which are organized. They would do step 1. First, multiply the whole number by the denominator. Step 2, add the answer from step 1 to the numerator. Finally, in step 3, our answer from step 2 is the new numerator, but we're going to put it over the old denominator, the one from the first fraction. Example, keeping the same one to keep it simple, okay? Here, I've typed out this instructions word by word with the math accompanying it for students who need to read and, process it that way. Sometimes, though, the words are too much. They convolute the focus of the student and they're not sure where to go. So this is just simply the math problems done step by step. And again, copies for each student. Then I would ask, I would do a comprehension check, 1, 2, or 3. And based on the number, I would either do another example or talk to help students one-on-one or as a group. The next steps on there, I myself or the aide would pass out the worksheet. Now, students don't get the same worksheet. There's a worksheet 1A, which I have modified. It's shorter. It's not the same problems that are on worksheet 1B, that the general education students get, okay? Again, even if no matter if you got 1A or 1B, you aren't doing all the problems. You're only solving the purple circled numbers. If they don't finish the purple circled numbers, that becomes homework. And they can also do non-circled questions for extra credit. If they forgot their multiplication facts, they're having a bad day, here's the link to the multiplication chart. And here's just a quick glance of the multiplication chart to help them jog their memory. Here's a screenshot of the modified worksheet A and regular worksheet 1B. If they needed help, we would go over protocol again. Each student would have a red cup on their desk. If they need help, the cup goes upside down. They can raise their hand, but that becomes tiresome after a while. And red cup is easier for me to see. They are allowed to ask the person next to them for help, but it needs to stay on topic. And again, if you don't finish it, it's homework. Here are my resources with the links and APA citation and a lovely picture of Katherine Johnson here. And I want to thank you for listening to my presentation on converting mixed numbers to improper fractions. Thank you and have a wonderful day.